A man stops a stranger on a university campus to ask for directions. While they're talking, two workers carrying a large door walk directly between them, briefly blocking the view. During that split second, the man asking for directions is secretly swapped for a completely different person. Different height, different clothes, different voice. In the actual study, roughly half of the people being tested didn't notice the swap at all. They kept giving directions to a total stranger, fully convinced they were still talking to the same person from moments earlier. This is change blindness, and psychologists Daniel Simons and Daniel Levin demonstrated it clearly with that exact door experiment back in 1998. Your instinct is probably to assume you'd be part of the 50% who noticed. Almost everyone assumes that about themselves. It's almost never true. Change blindness reveals something uncomfortable about how vision actually works. It doesn't feel like your brain is building a rich, complete, moment-to-moment picture of the world around you. It feels like a seamless video feed, constantly updating, catching everything. Researchers have found that's mostly an illusion. Your brain only builds a detailed picture of whatever you're directly focused on at any given instant. Everything outside that narrow spotlight gets represented in a much rougher, sketchier way, filled in mostly with assumptions rather than actual, moment-to-moment observation. As long as nothing draws direct attention to a change, your brain often simply carries the old assumption forward, unaware anything shifted at all. Simons and Levin ran variations on this experiment repeatedly, and the pattern held remarkably steady across different setups. Swap a person's shirt color mid-conversation, and it frequently goes unnoticed. Change details in a photograph shown twice in a row, with a brief blank screen flashed between the two versions, and viewers routinely miss changes that seem obvious once pointed out directly. Here's a version you can test on yourself right now. Picture two nearly identical photographs of a busy street. In the first, a red car is parked outside a shop. In the second, that same car has vanished entirely. Flip quickly between the two images, and there's a strong chance the missing car won't register immediately, even though it's the single largest object that changed. The eye tends to catch color shifts and motion far more readily than an object disappearing outright, since removal, unlike movement, produces no obvious visual signal to draw attention toward it. Magicians have exploited this principle for generations, long before psychologists gave it a formal name. A sudden movement, a dramatic gesture, anything that pulls your focus toward one specific spot, creates the exact blind window needed to swap or remove an object elsewhere on stage, completely unnoticed. There's a serious side to this too, well beyond party tricks and stage magic. Eyewitness testimony research has repeatedly shown that people can confidently describe details of a scene that never actually happened, or completely miss details that plainly did, particularly under the kind of brief, high-stress attention shifts that occur during real emergencies or accidents. Which raises a fairly uncomfortable question about your own daily life. How many small, objectively noticeable changes pass directly through your field of vision every single day, completely unregistered, simply because your attention happened to be pointed somewhere else at that exact moment? Your eyes aren't lying to you exactly. They're just working with a much narrower, more selective slice of reality than it feels like they are, moment to moment, all day long. The door didn't just block a stranger's face for half a second. It revealed how much of what you call seeing is really just confident, well-practiced guessing.